Okay, so becoming a business owner, your biggest concern, question, wonder is, do I pay taxes? How do I pay taxes? What the hell are taxes as a business owner? And in this video, I am not only going to tell you what taxes are for business owners, but I'm going to give you some tips on how to avoid spending a lot in taxes, because that is like one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of new entrepreneurs face. By the time the next year roll around and you like, oh, I did good this year, and then when tax season comes, you like, dang, I owe 30K. I'm gonna help you not be that person. So keep watching this video. Starting out, let's just kind of get a grasp of like, what are the benefits of an entrepreneur paying taxes? Like, what we getting out of this? And it's hard to be like, oh, I'm getting something out of paying taxes. Even for myself, it's like, damn, I still got to pay taxes. I do enough already. But there are some benefits to us paying taxes, like our children's education. A lot of that is funded, especially if your children go to public school. A lot of the funding that they're getting is coming from what we put into the economy. And the same goes for, the infrastructure that may be happening in your state. So those are some things that could truly benefit, but even more so, we get access to things that other people may not get access to, like government funding. So when you want certain grants or different loans, a lot of times they are looking for our tax returns. So in a sense, those are some super benefits to us filing our taxes. And then me just being honest, you ain't got no choice. You have to file taxes. You not filing taxes could truly hurt you in not even just the long run, but the right now run. Like, you could face penalties, fees, or even legal action. And it's just not something you want to deal with. And God forbid you want to get to a point of purchasing a home or purchasing a building for your business. If you're not filing taxes, you won't even qualify for that. So those are just some things to keep in mind. Those are some benefits that you could, possibly look at on the positive side to say, okay, I'm paying taxes for a good cause. Says no one. Now let's just get into what type of taxes are business owners, entrepreneurs paying. Now I know if you're coming from corporate, you are used to your taxes coming out of your check on a either bi-weekly, monthly, or twice a month basis, however you're getting paid. You are used to already having that deducted from your money. So it's not really bothering you as much. As an entrepreneur, we don't have that. We are responsible for paying our taxes and manually paying our taxes. So some of the taxes that you will see as an entrepreneur or a new business owner coming into the new tax season, you'll notice that you have to pay income tax, which is basically from your net income, what you actually took home. You're going to pay taxes on that. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. I have ways that I'm going to tell you at the end of this video to help you get through this. But these are just some of those taxes. And then you also have to keep in mind that you're also paying self-employment tax. So if you made over $400 in your business, you are required to pay self-employment tax. And that's just including like the typical taxes like Medicare, Social Security, things of that nature. Things that are already taken out of your check in your corporate job. We're responsible for paying that. Now, if you're starting new, you probably do not have employees as of yet. But let me just throw it out there for you. When you get employees, except for those who are freelancers or just contractors, they're not on your payroll. If you get an employee, you put them on payroll, you have to pay employment tax. So keep that in mind. That's very important, because all of those Social Security, Medicaid, and all those taxes, you have to cover that. So keep that in mind whenever in the future you decide, okay, I'm ready to get my first full-time, part-time employee. That is a tax that you also are responsible for. Now, depending on what type of business you are starting, you will also be responsible for sales tax. A lot of people, especially service providers, you are not responsible for sales tax, except for when you start to, let's just say your software system asks you, do you want to charge sales tax on this invoice? And you hit yes. You got to pay that sales tax back. So don't be adding sales tax to people's invoices thinking that you about to get some fees covered. No, you have to pay that sales tax back, and you get penalties and fees for not paying it month to month. So that is something you want to be wary of. And let me rewind for a second, because with your sales tax, that's for your state. That is normally state sales tax. With your income tax, I want you to keep in mind that you are going to pay income tax for your federal and your state. So I realize I jumped ahead. Let me make sure that that is clear. So with your sales tax, it is going towards your state. So if you have a product, 9 out of 10, you are charging sales tax. You probably have a license for it and all. You have to pay that month to month. I don't know, depending on your state, maybe you can make arrangements on paying it quarter to quarter. I'm not sure about that. All I know is 9 out of 10, you got to pay it month to month. So keep that in mind. This one is very rare. And it is only dependent upon you specifically. So let's just say you're getting a business license. Depending on your city, you may have to pay a tax for that business license. That is something you will have to do your due diligence on and look into your city or county to see if that's something that comes with your business license. Every business does not require a business license. There are certain cases where you need a business license. I have had a business where I did need to get a business license, but that also came because I needed to get a building. That building required me to have a business license. So a lot of online businesses do not require for you to have a business license. But if you are going to be getting a brick and mortar or your specific industry, like if you're in HVAC or plumbing, I know you are required to have a business license for things like that. You want to make sure that you either do or do not have to pay taxes for that business license. Okay, so here's the best part. I told y'all I was going to tell you some things that will help you to not spend a lot in taxes, to kind of eliminate that tax liability as much as possible. And if you done made it this far, you about to get it. So one of the things that you can do, and a lot of people miss out on, is their deductions. You want to make sure you are truly taking advantage of the deductions that you can claim. So your deductions are things that you may have spent money on for your business to be able to make the money that you made. Those deductions can include anything like your utilities, the gas to maybe where you had to get to, membership, softwares that you may have paid for. There's a whole list of things. I will do another video on that. This ain't what that's about. Right now, I just want to give you like 5 major deductions that a lot of people miss out on and don't really take advantage of. So the first deduction is your home office deduction. People miss this so much. I have a whole office set up in here, and I work in this room. Like, I have a little couch I sit on. I work throughout the entire room. I am using every square footage to build this business. This room that I am in right now, I use this for YouTube. Truly, I mean, I sometimes work on my couch if I'm like on the weekend chilling, but I want to open my laptop, get a little something done. But still, like, this room I use solely for YouTube. You better know that I am taking this square footage of this room and that room, and I am using that as a deduction on my taxes. Use whatever room you're working in. Please don't work in your bed. I just had to throw that out there. Please don't work in your bed. But whatever room you are working in, get the square footage of that room. Talk to your tax professional. Let them know, hey, I want to deduct my home office, and give them the square footage. And it'll automatically calculate how much of a deduction you'll get. I watched somebody go from about to pay $6,000 in taxes to only paying like 3 or 4 in taxes because we missed the home office. Well, we were about to miss the home office deduction. You want to make sure you are getting that. That is very beneficial. And it also goes along with you claiming that utility of your light, your electricity, to be able to run all of this. Claim that. That is a part of that. And to even take it a step further, if you own your home, claim the mortgage interest. I'm putting you up on game. Claim the mortgage interest. You are working out of this home and you paying interest on the house. Baby, claim it. Okay. Now, for a lot of you all who are probably watching this video, one thing that you all have in common is you are paying a lot of money up front to get this business started. Deduct your startup costs. Deduct your startup costs. Even if it's not something that you would normally spend in your business from, year to year, deduct it now. You can claim up to like $5,000 of startup costs for your deduction. This is actually one of my favorites. This is something I teach my tax clients to do all the time. Some listen, some don't. Retirement plans. If you have a retirement plan, claim it. Claim it. If you have a SCP, IRA, or a solo 401k, claim it. Claim it. This will help your taxable income. Utilize it as much as possible. I know some people are like, well, once I put it in a retirement account, I can't just get it. That's cool. That's cool. You may need it later anyway, but it can help you reduce your tax liability. So claim it. Now, depending on, for this one, this does not apply to everyone. Depending on what you do in your business. In my accounting business with KSK Tax and Accounting Solutions, we work with a lot of entrepreneurs who were in the film industry. They travel all the time for that business. You better believe we are claiming that travel expense. So if you are traveling for your business, maybe you're doing insurance or even doing hair or a barber, whatever you may be doing, and you're traveling, you're having to go from one place to another to get that job done and make the money, claim your travel expenses. Do your best, even if you do not do the mileage. Do your best to track the date and time and from what location to what location. We can get the mileage later from Google. But at least at the bare minimum, if you have that, you have something for your tax professional to work with to help you save in taxes. So these are like some of the, I would say, the easiest deductions you can go after that people miss all the time. You won't be one of those people. Now, let me give you 5 tips, I would say, to really help make this a smooth transition for you coming from corporate to entrepreneurship. It's a different ball game, guys. The last thing you want to do is fall on your ass. I was about to say something. Fall on your behind when it comes to your taxes and your accounting and keeping up with your money. So here are some tips that I'm going to just leave you with as much as possible. Starting off, please do not commingle your personal and your business account. And if you're watching this video, you probably have seen my previous videos over you getting your own business account. So your business needs to be a completely different entity. It does not need to be the same at all. Do not commingle funds. If it's a personal expense, if you out here just buying Wendy's for whatever, they need to go on your debit card, your personal debit card. If you are spending money on a subscription that will help your business grow, put that on your business card. Do not commingle the two. Do not. That's very important. And then I also want you to keep accurate records. So you need to, even if you got to start with a spreadsheet, guys, even if you have to start with a spreadsheet. Matter of fact, I'll put a spreadsheet below to help you out. You want to make sure that you know every dollar that leaves that account and every dollar that comes into that account. You need to be able to know that. Even if you have not categorized it and you don't know the specifics, you need to at least be able to know every dollar that leaves and come, and then what your bottom line number is, because that is what you're going to be taxed off of. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. I told you, you're getting taxed for your income. Your net income, you're getting taxed for. So you want to have an idea of what that looks like. Now, this one is one that you got to be disciplined for. You got to be disciplined for this. If you want to avoid penalties and fees that are added on to your tax liability every quarter that you do not pay taxes, this is being added on. What you want to do is pay quarterly taxes. So let's just say we're in 2023, I'm paying my quarterly taxes, and in 2024, my bill is either going to come back based off of this year. I'm going to just say that my bill is probably going to come back that I owe $1,200 or maybe $2,100. Something like that. It won't be anything too major to be something on the lines of that. That is because I am paying quarterly taxes throughout the year. Now, I could pay a little more towards my quarterly taxes so that when I do my taxes in 2024, that $1,200 is not even there at all. I'm just making my decision to pay what I'm paying in my quarterly taxes. But when you do not pay taxes in the year you are making money, you get charged penalties and fees, 5% for each month. So imagine you do $20K in a month. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine you do $20K in a month and they charge you 5% for not paying taxes on that $20K. And then you do that $20K again in the next month. By the end of the year, you gonna owe them $20, $30, $40K. Pay quarterly taxes. That way you alleviate how much you are owing in taxes. Y'all, I have seen with my own eyes somebody making that one change. They're not doing anything else. They're not doing retirement. They ain't claiming no home office. They're not doing anything else. But they are paying their quarterly taxes. I have watched that take someone's taxes from 32, 33K to 16, 17K. That's a huge jump. That's a huge jump. So that is the least you can do for yourself. The least you can do. Now, I also want you to start planning ahead. Plan ahead for, okay, the tax season is coming up. Do not wait until February to be like, all right, cool, I got to get myself ready for tax season. No, come October, just like us. In October, tax professionals are getting things all the way together. Probably sometime September, depending on, how diligent we are. In October, November, or December, you need to start preparing yourself for the tax season. Whether that is getting your books right, maybe you didn't track your expenses or income throughout the year. This the time to get that done. If you know you got some 1099s, you worked as a contractor, you need to be making sure that your W-9 is submitted to everyone. I know I'm giving you all a lot of terms right now. I know this. As long as you hear these terms, you are aware of them. And right now, I just need you to be aware. Plan ahead, guys. Plan ahead. And then lastly, it might not be in your best interest to do your own taxes. And you may need to get a tax professional. And I'm going to just leave you with that. Because I don't want you to think I'm trying to sell you on anything. I just know when we do second looks and we look at some of you guys' tax returns, new entrepreneurs to be specific, it's a mess. And you're missing out on a lot of different things that could possibly help you in your business and help you in your personal life. All right, I'm going to just leave you with that. So I know you got a lot of information out of this video. I want you to tell me in the comments, what was that aha moment that stuck out to you that's like, whoa, I didn't even think about that, or I didn't even know that. Drop it in the comments below. Choose one of the videos or the playlist that YouTube is going to offer you next, and I will see you on the next video.